Uh,
You mentioned adaptability a lot. You emphasized it a lot. How important is adaptability in this IT field? For example, what strategies do you recommend for staying relevant in this rapidly changing industry?
Stay relevant, so adaptability, right? So I know how many of our attendees here are relevant, immigrant. Adaptation is something we're doing every day in our lives, right? So when I moved from Bangladesh, or I'm originally from Bangladesh, um, it was a huge adaptation from a country where there is no snow, from a country where you cannot even, there is so much traffic jam, so many mosquitoes, to come to a country where there are a lot of snows in winter, right? It's so cold, the temperature is below zero. So the 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 thing that is so important here is, how we look at adaptation. Do we How do we look at a change? Are we afraid to take the change, or are we welcome the change, right? Um, I would say welcoming the challenge is positive. Look, when the change comes, look at it to see that from a positive perspective. Like, hey, is this going to do any good for me? There is something good in it that will help. If the answer is yes, then adapt it. Now, staying relevant in the industry itself is a wide conversation, right? Everybody is talking about it. Like, even I have the same question, right? So I can only say like what I can do myself. Like everybody will ask you the same question, including a CEO of a company will ask the same questions. Hey, things are evolving extremely rapidly, especially with AI, right? With machine learning and with artificial intelligence, so many tools are coming in. Are you going to have this job? Are these jobs going to be eliminated and all? Uh, the way I look at it is, first of all, the IT job's not going away anytime soon. That's for sure. I am extremely positive about it. The reason is, think about a calculator. So when the calculator was invented, did you not have mathematician anymore? Or think about when there were a lot of tools were created for accounting. Accounting, we call it accounting software. So there are a lot of softwares created in the 90s to do for accounting purposes. Does that mean we no longer have accountant, right? A lot of tools are built for tax filing purposes. Does it mean we no longer have people who actually do our accountant that actually do our tax preparation? So the answer is no. We will have the engineering jobs not going away anymore. The way is being familiar with what's out there. So maybe you can take a class in, like, if you are not engineer, take a class in Python, take a class in bash scripting, or learn a new language. I would say, if possible, uh, learn cloud, right? So learn maybe a new scripting language, or take an additional class on management, like leadership. So having that mindset is the best you can do. So answer is, so there are two things. There are things that I can control. There are things that I cannot control. What I cannot control is I do my best to learn, to do something new, or to take a new class. Maybe I spend 1 or 2 hours, and not worry about the things that you cannot control,
Oh, that
right?
is very
So
well.
my philosophy is like, now, what is the point that I worry so much and I do not live my life to only worry about, like, things that first of all, I may not even know. Two is I have no control on. There is no point.
Yeah, so you guys need to know this case is machine. They will not tell you something you don't need to hear. So listen, all of this very important advice, very precise, to the point, and things you should not control, you should not worry about it. Just what you can
Yeah,
do that today. And adaptable is always the be like a nowadays be a lifelong student basically wherever you are.
yeah,
Especially if you are in the IT, he mentioned that the day the God will be like the resurrected everything else, IT will be collapsed. The day the whole world will be collapsing, IT will be collapsing. So IT is not going anywhere. Even in fact, nothing even done in the US perspective. If you think nothing even started yet, the tens of thousands of the system will be built, tens of thousands, the application will be rebuilt again. Okay, and the millions of applications will be coming out to just complete the demand and adapt with the AI the machine learning. So if you're too much worried about what if I learn the IT, should I get a job? No, don't worry about it. Just learn. IT is going to stay with us, and it will.
yeah. Maybe,
Go ahead.
yeah. If I can add a point there is, so maybe the nature of how we use the tools will evolve a little bit over the years.
Yes.
So maybe a little bit of class on like prompt engineering, for example. And it's actually, if you think about it, like the way I look at it, it's actually enabler for engineers, not a disablers. It actually, these tools that we're talking about that start coming up will actually enable people to do things better, and it will only help those who come into the industry and successfully in the industry. So maybe some prompt engineering classes that I'll have to use the tools and all would be a skill that would be needed and would be helpful.
Yep. Thank you.